So we're doing a variation of a tricep push-up, which most of you know, but I'll show you just in case to make sure that we're on the same page here. Tricep push-up differs from the chest push-up in the position of your hands. Okay, in a chest push-up, your hands are at about 45-degree angle, and your arms move out to the side. In a tricep push-up, you turn your hands in so your palms are parallel to each other, and you're going to bring your arms back, but very close to your body. So it will look something like this. Very close, and push up. Close, and push up. Okay, so we're going to take this exercise and make it a little harder by using a core ball. And a core ball is the ball, obviously, that facilitates working the core, as the name suggests. And it's just like a medicine ball, but it has two handles on the sides, so you can grab onto it. And it creates a little bit of that instability component. And we're going to do basically the same tricep push-up, starting in a plank position. Your arms straight, your head is in line with your spine. I keep my feet pretty close together, but by all means, if you feel a little more secure or it's easier for you, start with your feet wider, and then you go down. You can touch the ball with your chest as long as you do it correctly. If you can't, then just decrease the range of motion. I'm just going to do 4 more, and then we'll increase the difficulty by lifting one leg up. And push. So a variation of the one we just did, basically the same tricep push-up, holding on to the core ball. And for a lot of people, actually holding on to something like a core ball will make it easier on the wrists, because I notice that a lot of my clients tend to have issues with their wrists. Sometimes it's the anatomical variation, sometimes it's just the wrists are weak, and that position can create some tension. So the core ball makes this position a little bit easier, and it creates the neutral position in the wrist, which is a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to the core ball, and just a little more core involved, since we're doing the core ball, one leg up, and you're doing a tricep push-up with one leg up. Now I keep that leg really, really straight, and I tighten my glutes, so at the same time, I couldn't say I'm working my glutes, but to a certain degree, I am, because they are staying contracted. You can either flex your foot or point your toes, it doesn't really matter. Push and push. Okay. And something to watch for when you do tricep push-ups, when you're starting to get really tired, fatigued, or your muscles are just not stabilizing correctly, you're going to start feeling like you're sinking through your shoulder blades, and it can create a lot of tension in your shoulders. So make sure that you either decrease the range or back off to a previous exercise or the one before, so you master it first before going on to these more difficult exercises. This is a really challenging exercise, probably for guys mostly. A lot of balancing, a lot of stabilization going on in your shoulders and your whole body. Somewhere between I wouldn't call it tricep dip, it's more like a tricep push-up, but your hands are on the round weight plates. Make sure, by the way, that you do it only when you have completed a full set of tricep push-ups. You can do some stabilization on the ball, or holding that stabilization on your hands with your arms straight. You can even just start holding on to these for a while. If you're not comfortable, you probably shouldn't be doing it. It's easy to injure the shoulder. It is a very advanced exercise. Okay, so I'm gonna take 2 25-pound plates. I'm choosing 25 because it's a good size for my hand. It actually creates a little more stability because of the width of the plate, so it makes it a little bit easier than doing it on the thinner ones. It's just a good size, I think, for most people. And you're starting pretty wide. It's somewhere between a tricep push-up and a regular push-up, but it becomes more of a tricep push-up. You hold them sort of shoulder width apart. And again, make sure you turn on all your shoulder stabilizing muscles. You bring one leg back and then the other, and I highly recommend you put both feet a little bit wider together. Once you're stable in this position and you can hold it, you can start going down and slow. Real slow. You're gonna see me shaking here. Again, that's pretty normal because your muscles are trying to stabilize. It's a really hard exercise to do. And you don't really, actually you not only need tricep strength and endurance and good stabilization here in your triceps, but in your whole body. Core, shoulders, and I'm gonna do a couple more. And as you start seeing, I'm starting to shake a little bit more, and it's becoming a little harder for me to come up. Okay, we're done. Okay, so this concludes our tricep workout for today. I hope you got a good burn and a good workout. Don't be surprised if you're sore, and don't do too many at one time. Okay, you probably want to do about 1 or 2 exercises to start with and incorporate the other muscle groups into the workout, because you may not be able to lift your arm to comb your hair the next morning. Okay, see you next time. So keep these exercises within 12 to 20 repetition range. You don't want to lift too much weight. These are not exercises for improving your strength tremendously, for increasing hypertrophy and building big muscle. You can get really toned, you can get much leaner, you will improve your muscular endurance for sure, and start with lighter weights, for sure, lighter weights. Make sure you can stabilize correctly and that nothing is hurting, all your joints are stable, you can hold the positions that I showed you before you move on to full range and increasing the weights.